What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and this is of a game called South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I played this on the Nintendo Switch, though it came out on Xbox. It came out on PC as well, but I played on the Switch. It came out 2017, I think it was. Might have been 2018. I don't remember. Now, this is a sequel game. Now, time recording this video, I don't know the exact game it's a sequel off of. But I didn't play the original game. I don't know if you need to, like, get the story, but, like, I didn't feel like a problem not knowing what was going on at all. So it really wasn't a big deal to me. And again, with the fucking yawning, holy shit. It's like it barely comes on, and then it's just, like, there. Anyway, I've been wanting to play this game for a really, really long time. But I was waiting for the opportunity to waited for after my birthday, get some money, and then I went and bought this game on Amazon. And I wanted the physical copy too, because it's been on sale on like Steam for like $14. I wanted the physical copy because it's cool to have physical copies of games, and that's what I did. I got the physical copy. But I heard a lot of good things about this game. I even got a chance to play it a little bit prior to actually having the game, try out some of the combat and whatnot. And I also knew of the probably the most famous part of this game, which we'll get to a little bit later. So I had some insight in this game going in, really wanted it, finally got it, and I was blown away. I had high expectations. I was still blown away by this game. Absolutely love this game. Going into this review, if you are a South Park fan, if you like South Park, if you like adult comedy or anything like that, this game is for you. You will love this game, especially if you're a South Park fan. Here's one of the main reasons why. It's made by the South Park people, like everything. It's same writers and whatnot. So it really feels like like a South Park, like a huge South Park episode. Because on top of the combat, the story, you've got the same characters, like the same locations, but you've got like funny satirical humor all throughout the game, funny cutscenes, and it's a good story that just feels like an episode of South Park, and it is awesome. It is hilarious. I was dying laughing at some of the characters. Some that I knew that were going to be there. Some that I didn't know that were going to be there. It was awesome. I was really enjoying it. One thing that I find that's very well utilized in this game is character customization. It gives really individuality towards you and the character. And I really like that. You get to your characters in the cutscenes, and you get your own special like look. Eventually, you can get all the abilities. I mean, that's spoiler alert. You know, the class thing really doesn't matter because eventually you become all the classes, so it doesn't really matter. But that's cool, and it gets a nice individuality, I think. Though I think it would be nice if the character gave off more expressions. I think we see the character smile like once, and I get the character can't talk. Because then, you know, like, I get the character, because, you know, they're not going to make it talk, obviously. I get that. But it couldn't smile, it couldn't do any hand gestures, you couldn't have, like, a selection, where you select dialogue that maybe then you could read off to the character, because the character never talks. And again, it doesn't talk, but, you know, you didn't have to make, like, voice lines for, like, voice acting lines, but you could have done something a little bit different. Holy crap, I don't know what's up with these yawns today, I'm sorry. Another really thing that's done flawlessly is showing this from like the POV of a kid's imagination sort of thing. Where it's like, oh yeah, they're playing like medieval beings or whatnot and playing in the street, and then they gotta pause for a car driving by. That's so funny to me. And like they can change the rules, and some cheat and some don't, and they can add special abilities and summon whatever characters they want, or you know, change it all up. They have secret layers and bases, and but then they gotta go to school and whatnot, or go to bed, and that is done flawlessly, because I remember doing that in my childhood, and so kind of maybe brought back a little bit of nostalgia to me, or a little bit of a callback to younger days. But I thought it was done very well. So good job, really good job there. Now this was the second RPG game that I played ever, behind Dream Team. If you want to see my review of Mario and Luigi Dream Team, that's should be in the same playlist as this video, because they're both game reviews. So you can look at that. Now, I told you I wasn't a very big fan of the combat of Dream Team. And this game, I knew that the combat was going to be similar. And I was like, okay, let's come in with some low expectations here. We know what we're looking at. Blown away. The combat in this game is so much better than it is in Dream Team. I don't know. Probably because it's a lot more simple and it makes it a lot more fun. Because you get the funny, my favorite move, my favorite attack out of any character in the game is probably one of Wendy's moves, the, what's it called? Phone Destroyer, or something like that. It's so funny. All this kind of stuff, and the specials are funny too, like the special attacks. And there's a large variety of attacks that can do all sorts of things. There's a lot of ways to do it. And then, of course, there's one character that can still use even after he dies, and he can get reincarnated. There's cool cutscenes for the specials and whatnot. And I really like that. I don't know. It's not necessarily all like button and time sensitive as it is in Dream Team. You can get like bonus attack damage done on the enemies if you hit a button correctly, but you're still going to do the damage that it says you're going to do. And you get you can get 3 helping like people in the groups to help you. I find the ones that I found to be the most effective in combat were Captain Diabetes, Wendy, Mosquito early on in the game, but you're going to be done with him a little while later, and then I forget what his name is. Ultimadium? I don't think that's his name. I don't know. The one that turns into a ghost, and then you can still use when he dies. Or the one that goes to heaven, if you want to be a little more specific. But it's a lot more simpler than Dream Team, and I think that makes it more fun. It can be annoying. There are some bosses that are just stupid, especially near the end of the game. That just seemingly just cheat and just make it not as fun as some of the other bosses in the game. But it doesn't make it any less difficult. I think it's still a lot more fun than Dream Team, even with that. So, the one complaint, though, I do have about this game, the one major complaint, there are a lot of bosses. Holy crap. It took me about 17 hours of gameplay to beat this game. About time to beat this game. It's cool that the game can log how much time you've been playing the game and whatnot, but about 17 hours. And some of their walkthroughs take about, 13, 14 hours, whatnot. So just keep that in mind. But wow, holy moly, there are a lot of bosses. It seems like every other cutscene, building, part in the game, you're fighting a boss. And that it could just get a little annoying at some points. Like, I get it. There's a lot of bosses. They're not hard to fight, but there's just a lot of them. It takes away from the magnitude of them being a boss. I think there's some, like the genetically modified Kyle, or Cartman. You fight Cartman like 4 times. You fight, or his alter ego, Mitch Connor. You fight your past selves at one point. Like, I get those are bosses, but why the fuck do we gotta fight off knockoff Hooter girls for 3 times, or ninjas combined with rednecks 3 times, or 6th graders? We gotta fight fucking gorilla hybrid 6th graders with asses coming out of their chest 4 fucking times. Like, do we really gotta do that? Just, I don't know. Just some of them didn't make a lot of sense why they were put into the game. And they're all mandatory, too. A lot of them are. There are a lot of fights that you can do once you already beat the game as well. And a lot of the side quests. Because there are some side quests that I didn't do. I plan on getting back into the game and doing them eventually. Because they do look fun. They can complete your character bio. With some of it you have to do to beat the main story, like your gender. They talk a lot about gender. Wild, for sure. Talk about race a lot, too. Classic South Park satirical humor stuff, but, you know. But, yeah. It just seemed like there was too many. Too many bosses, in my opinion. But, doesn't make them any less crazy. And I will bring it up, because it's, like, the most famous part of this game. The Jared fight. Now going in, I thought Jared was going to be one of the harder bosses of the game. He's not really. He's really not one of the harder bosses. Like, there's a lot harder bosses, longer bosses with more health. But Jared is definitely the craziest boss. Because a lot of the bosses in the game are, you know, like 6th graders, ninjas, Kyles, or past selves, or characters around town, the police, and then Jared Fogle. Like, what the fuck? It's just really weird, but no less funny, I should say, and accurate too. But anyways, that's my thoughts on South Park: The Fractured But Whole. For my final score, 10 out of 10. I know it's been a long time since a 10 out of 10 game for me, but I really, really, really loved this game. And can't wait to actually go back in and do the side quests again and whatnot. Easy worth it for my $45 Amazon purchase on this game, in my opinion. So, if you've ever played this game or its prequel, tell me what that is and let me know how that is in the comment section down below. If you played this game too, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this game review and this video. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.